Good morning, it's Monday the 23rd of March. In these unprecedented circumstances of COVID-19 and the exceptional requirements of each of us, all of us, to take personal responsibility, I wanted to give a couple of general messages as the Police and Crime Commissioner. First of all, I want to reassure all of our communities that what you hear from Downing Street in the daily press briefs, what you hear as the core messages from health, from our chief scientist, from our chief medical advisor, from government, is about looking after us all and encouraging us to mitigate and limit the risks that we face. The messages I hear as the Police and Crime Commissioner from the briefings of those who are delivering services in the front line to keep us safe match those that you will be hearing in public, and they reinforce for me, and my message to you is that we should take those messages seriously. Starting with hygiene, because it's a very easy thing for everybody to play their part. Washing your hands with soap and water as you enter, as you leave, and keeping social distancing as a normal part of today's normal, a new normal, a normal part of how we behave, is an individual responsibility. We all will have to be taking some thoughtful and often difficult decisions. I, like very many of you, am concerned for the oldest member in my family, who is 93 and well as we speak, but who is having to isolate himself more from the expected social contacts that this, our patriarch of the family, would have expected to do. It isn't easy, but it is important and essential. I heard a story the other day of two doctors married. One is a doctor in an accident and emergency hospital, and the other is a GP. They have chosen on our behalf to help keep us safer and to protect themselves, to live separated lives, connected by social media, but not as engaged as they might otherwise have been. This is on our behalf, they, the professionals, taking the sort of measures that we may need to wrestle with within our family. Over the weekend, we were able to enjoy some good weather, but social distancing is so critical and way too often in breach. There are simple rules that we must all obey, even if we still have that ability to be outside enjoying good weather and fresh air and exercise and the morale that gives us. We must pay attention to the medical conditions that so much matter. Behind me, I hope you can see just a small example, stark example of however well we feel, however much we're enjoying the outside, if we don't deliver the social distancing that is required of us at the moment, how much more likely the COVID-19 is to spread. The message below that is the standard personal encouragement to us where we can, where there is no essential requirement for us to be out, to stay at home, to protect the NHS and to, as a result, save lives. I had a difficult conversation with an 80-plus-year-old colleague of many decades of friendship that we've shared over the years, having to say to that person who was well and was out and about and was pragmatic about what a health risk to him would mean at his age, to say, I'm afraid at the moment that personal strength that you're demonstrating is inappropriate. You are providing risk to the NHS system by the potential for you to become ill and overload it. We need all to pay attention to those stories that reinforce for us. We need all to be an example to others around us, and through that be able to nudge others to better behaviours and encourage others to better behaviours. In saying that we need to behave differently, behave appropriately, and that the government advice is probably the best we can have, and I don't plan to muddy it by giving you different advice, I also want to give some encouragement. I've been impressed by how those partners that I commission and fund as your Police and Crime Commissioner, who are forward-facing and connected to providing services in the community, are responding at this time by giving us their plans and asking me for my part to do my part in helping them sustain those services. I promise you that I will be active in that space, seeking to respond to enable services in our communities, as our professionals are active in their emergency services, in their health, in their local government and community engagement. I'm encouraged by my Youth Commission's engagement with their peer groups via social media and others to have such a rich conversation about where they can add value and thoughtfulness for the future too. It is an example of our young people having community spirit. I'm aware that lots of people are providing online resources for the young people who are now at home and probably wanting to be energetic and busy as young people are. And the social media presentations that people are putting up online to ensure education and learning and also fun for people that can be undertaken and feel that you're sharing that with other people, even if you're not together with them. So back to my core message of the day. Please behave responsibly. Please do understand that the restrictions that are being put on us, the need to stay at home where we can, the need for social distancing, the need for care and support for the most at risk and vulnerable people to be prioritized, so that those of us who can sustain ourselves with whatever temporary discomfort can not overload the system. I think we can get through this. I think it will have difficulty and pressure on us all, but if we behave well, we will the sooner be better and out the other side of what is an unprecedented circumstance. Please stay well. I wish you health. I wish you engagement with your family by remote means. And if there is more for me to say, I'll return and make other announcements as time goes on. Thank you for listening.